Every petal in life's garden will be swept away by the wind of time.
Welcome to the video. Today we're going to be playing Esper, and this is an Esper deck that is going to primarily feature this new card that just came out. It's called Long Goodbye. This card was spoiled and I was pretty excited about it because Luris is pretty much taking over Magic Online, and it seems about every maybe 3 out of 5 matches, so 3 out of 5 decks I play against in a league is Luris, so sometimes more, maybe 4. But this card was just released in the new set, Murders at Karlov, and the best thing about it is it just kills Luris and no questions asked, cannot be countered, destroy target creature or planeswalker, mana value 3 or less. So no questions asked, bang, you're dead. Alright, so I'm playing one main deck. I've been playing a few leagues with this card. The card is good against Luris for sure, but it's terrible against other decks. It does have some additional text with the planeswalker, but there's not really too many planeswalkers running around Vintage. There are a few. You'll see a Fringe deck playing maybe Ren. Oko is in the Oath decks, and not too many 3-mana Teferis, like unlike Modern, where that card is more popular there. There's not really too many 3-mana planeswalkers that are very popular in the format. If this could kill Karn, I think this card would see a lot more play, but the restriction that it cannot kill a Karn is big. So our deck is white for Lavinia main deck, white for sideboard cards. That's about it. The rest of the deck is pretty much just Dimir, Hullbreacher, Orcish Bowmaster, and 2 opposition agents instead of the 1. And the Swords main deck, 2 copies, 1 Long Goodbye. Our counterspell suite is pretty standard here. The 4 Force of Wills, 2 Force of Negations, 2 Spell Pierce. And our Urza Saga package is pretty slim, I would say. I cut the Mana Crypt. The Mana Crypt is no longer in the deck. I just don't... I think our curve is very low, and I don't think we need it. But I kept the Needle main deck. We have a couple Urza Saga targets in the sideboard. The sideboard is primarily targeting the Jewel combo matchup with the Dauntless and the Null Rods, up to 2 Null Rods. Seeing some other decks playing now two Null Rods instead of just 1, so I figured, yeah, let's just bump it up to 2, because they cannot... the Jewel shops just cannot beat a resolve Null Rod. So alright, well, that's the deck. So yeah, let's get into round 1. Alright, here we are in round 1. We're playing against Ritual Sinkhole. I hope they don't cast Dark Ritual into Sinkhole against me. That would be bad. But it would also just be a 2-for-1, so I'm kind of okay with that. Alright, so we're getting things set up in the layout. And I haven't made a video in a few weeks. I've just been sort of busy with stuff. The meta has been sort of stale, and I've just been playing the same deck over and over again, so not really a point in recording a video with the same 75, but we got a new card today we're going to test out and see how it goes, see how it feels in the meta, so really excited for this card. And it looks like we're on the draw. Alright, we kept our hand. And this hand's fine. I'm definitely gonna cut the land count in the deck moving forward, because after this league I definitely feel like I drew way too many lands. So this is a kind of awkward situation because I want a Dark Ritual, or excuse me, Dark Ritual. I want a Demonic Tutor for Ancestral, but if they wasteland me, then I'm kind of in a weird spot. So I'm just sort of taking the risk that they're not going to wasteland me, and we'll see if that happens, because if they wasteland me, I'm kind of dead without a Warren revealed. opponent just passing, so they're feeling kind today and they don't want to wasteland me. I'm just gonna recall main. Force. I force back. Looks like they got something else here. Deduce. That's a new card. So they deduced, and they're popping the clue they made. Oh, we're both trying new cards here. Deduce and Long Goodbye. Alright, so the recall resolved, and it was actually really, really good. So we found us a Saga and another Moxen. So I'm just going to run this Hull Breacher out now, main phase, just because next turn I'm going to have 2 counters on the Saga. And there's some awkward tension there between playing a Hull Breacher or making a Saga token. And I figured just, you know, put the Hull Breacher in play now so it's not crazy. Alright, so they're digging. Digging does get around Hull Breacher. They're not wastelanding me, which is kind of weird. I would have snap wastelanded, but maybe they need all their mana. I don't know. Not really sure what they're playing. Lotus is a fine draw. It lets us op agent and make a token. Or it just lets us hardcast Lauren Revealed. Sure. Good thing we didn't whiff on a land. Opponent is not wastelanding us. I'm not sure why. Time walks, whatever. Oko. Alright, so I'll spell pierce Oko. And it looks like they conceded to that. Interesting. Okay, so our opponent has Basic Island, Oko. Alright. Game 2 here. We're on the draw. Really not sure what our opponent is playing. They cast the Oko off an Emerald, so... And another basic. They're really all in on these basics. So we're gonna misstep the Soul Ring. That just resolved. We're gonna strip mine the island. And they have another land, so that kind of did nothing. Just sort of reset the game. Alright, so we have a Brainstorm and a Fetch land here. Alright, Force is a great draw. Saga is a problem. Saga is definitely a problem. Probably should have Brainstormed here, end step with a Fetch. But I guess I just decided to run out the Bowmaster. Let's see, they force pitch Lorien, which I'm probably fine with. Just take the 2-for-1. Alright, we're brainstorming now. We're going to try to dig for a wasteland, which we do not find. We do have Long Goodbye, which does kill a token. So I'm just going to hold on to... I could have went Soul Ring, Hull Breacher, but I kind of want to put the Lavinia in play and hold up Force of Will. Another Urza Saga. Okay. These tokens will be a problem, for sure. A second Hull Breacher, so now we can put one in play. We have a removal spell. I'm going to attack here because their token's only going to be a 1/1. It's fetching to make a construct. Another basic. Not mad at that though. I typically play 3 basics in my decks. People call me crazy, huh? Not when I'm playing Esper though. Esper, you're not allowed to play 3 basics. I think we're just on the 1 island. But definitely when I play blue-white, I'm always playing basics. They're just so strong. Opponents made a token and attacks for 3. So we're just gonna take some pressure off and remove this token. But dealing with 3 tokens will be an issue. No attacks here, obviously. Alright, we have Hardcast Force up. We have double Hull Breacher. I'm not sure what they're gonna get here. It doesn't probably matter. 3 5/5s is usually good enough. Oh, they got their Emerald. They're just trying to fix their mana. Alright, so I'm gonna flash in the Hull Breacher, probably go for the double block, if I remember. Very far behind though. And what do they have? Oko. Right. So I force, and they have an answer. So they have a fluster, so definitely just concede here because they have constructs and an Oko, and I have no cards in hand, so definitely super dead. Alright, game 3. Alright, game 3 on the draw. Or no, on the play. Yeah, we're on the play. Yeah, we're playing first. Let's get something good. What we got here? Ancestral turn 1. Acceptable. We'll keep that. So we're not going to run out the Saga because we want an Ancestral on their upkeep. And they have the misstep, which is annoying. Definitely going to fight over this, and they're fighting back. Not good for us, for sure, but we have a Saga, so hope is not all lost. This Emerald, they've had this Emerald every game. They're so good at drawing the Emerald. Emerald and basic islands. That's my opponent's deck. Alright, Saga go. We're definitely out of gas here. Alright, so we're drawing Drew Lotus. Not terrible, not great. Any Lorien draws will be good. Alright, so we're just having a little bit of a Saga battle here. I'm not sure why I don't play the Lotus. Definitely could have at least traded with one of these tokens. Oh no, I couldn't have. It would have been a 4/4, my mistake. Yeah, so there was no option to even think about trading. But ours are going to be 5s, which is more than 4. What do we grab here? Top. Okay. Alright, so our 5/5s versus their 4/4s. They're fetching. What do they got here? Fetching. Oh, dress down. Alright. So they just murdered all the tokens. That's fine. So they're hard casting Lorien. Oh, we spin into a Hull Breacher. Alright, well this is a blowout if it resolves. I have a feeling like it's going to, just because they only have 3 cards in hand and they have to have a force. Yeah, it's in. Alright, sweet. So that was just a huge blowout. Mystic Sanctuary. Okay. Alright, replay our top. So thankfully that Lorien fixed our mana, so now we have access to Op Agent. Another Saga. Well, let's spin into a Wasteland. Or a strip mine. Strip mine's good. I'll take a strip mine. And I don't like messing around with these sagas. I just try to get them gone as soon as I can. Snapcaster Mage. Targeting Force of Will. Alright, long goodbye. Got rid of their blocker. And now we're gonna strip the saga. They have one card in hand. Probably should have ran out this op agent now, just to get it in play for extra power. Yeah, see, now they play a fetch. It's weird because these 3-mana creatures, they do have flash, but I often play them as sorceries. Just because the whole get you factor is, see, like they're gonna fetch. See, if I would have played this on my turn, they would have never had an opportunity to fetch. Snapcaster again. See, like, I would have just prevented all of this if I just would have played it on my main phase. Because they have exactly enough mana to snap Force, so a bit of a blunder, but we do have a Swords on top of our deck, so we can keep pushing damage. But they have no cards in hand. They're at 11. Yeah, so the flash part of these 3-mana creatures is a little misleading. Although you can get people sometimes, which, I mean, you just saw with the Lord revealed for sure, but more often than not, it's definitely correct to just play it as a sorcery, if it's just in your hand. Alright, so our draws are going to be kind of weird here, because we do want the Lavinia, I guess. They have 1,000,000 lands. But our only access to white, oh now we, yeah, so we spun into the fetch land because the treasure token was our only access to white and black. All right, opponent at 2. All right, so we got that one. That was kind of a boring game, but you know, just play it out and get the win. Alright, round 2. Hopefully we can have a little bit more of an interesting game here instead of just a Urza Saga battle. But sometimes those are fun. Especially if you're the one drawing more Urza Sagas. Alright. Alright, yeah, on the plays. Great hand. Just Mox Saga go. Op agent. Alright, so it looks like we're playing against Jewel. We got a workshop into a monolith into a ring. We're gonna fight over this. They're gonna fight back, which is fine. 3 cards in hand. Alright, well, I wish this op agent was a Hull Breacher, but it is what it is. Alright, well, hopefully we can draw something here. Bowmaster, Hull Breacher, Long Goodbye. Long Goodbye not very good in this matchup, I will say. I don't think it kills anything in their deck. I don't think there's one card. A token, a Urza Saga token, I think that's the only thing. Alright, so opponent is definitely doing the Jewel thing. Let's see if they can find a coveted Jewel. No, just another One Ring. Not bad. Cycling the rings. They have 2 cards in hand. So they just need a PO. Probably scoop to a PO. A Karn. Ooh. Karn's a good one. See, like Longabye can't kill Karn. So they just, okay, so they just plus on our Pearl. And they're spinning. Alright, well, opponent has a lot of mana for sure. I'm not even sure what gets us out of this spot. So we're grabbing the needle. We name Karn with the needle. Put the Oppo in play. And attack Karn. So Karn has been managed. Not sure why we didn't name One Ring. Might have been a little bit of a mistake because I think that's the only way we win this game. But then they can plus the Karn, or minus the Karn rather, to find something. Alright, so they have a Jewel here, so they definitely probably win. Yeah, Time Walk. And a PO, yeah, that's more than enough. Yep. Definitely scoop at some point here. Yeah. No point in playing that out. They definitely had it, so. Alright, let's go to the next one. Alright, game 2, we're on the play against Dungeon Deconstruct. Alright, Dungeon Deconstruct. Alright, so we mulligan to a Null Rod, which is acceptable. Hopefully it resolves, because our hand doesn't really function. Oh, we have a Force. Alright, so they have an answer. Alright, so we're in a little bit of a bad spot here. We have one piece of interaction. A Wasteland can be used as well to try to manage this. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Like, if there was a Null Rod in play, they would be just absolutely dead. Jewel cannot beat a Null Rod. Alright, not a bad draw. Alright, take him off the workshop. So now we have Pierce and Force up. Alright, opponent 2 cards in hand, no blue mana. End step. Brainstorm. Alright, Dauntless is a really good pickup here too. It's kind of awkward because I do want that Demonic Tutor, but I need this Lorien to cast it. Kind of a weird situation, but I'm probably okay with slow rolling here just because the Dauntless is going to buy me at least 1 turn because they can't go off in the same turn. Alright, opponent is not drawing anything, which is great for us. Alright, so we're going to DT now. Alright, so we have Spell Pierce, which is kind of useless at this point. Probably just try to jam this Null Rod. Just pray. I could maybe wait a turn. No, I just jam it. Alright, it's in. Yeah, so they scoop. Yeah, I could have waited 1 turn and had Hardcast Negation up, but didn't want to wait. Let's get the Null Rod in play and win. Alright, game 3. When we're on the draw against Jewel Shops, you definitely want to keep a strong opening hand because they're going to do their thing on turn 1. I think this hand's like great because we can just turn 1 over. Oh, and they don't even do anything right after I say that. Great. Yeah. Usually Jewel Shops just kind of spews their whole hand on turn 1 or 2. So you definitely want to have very early interaction. Wow, and we look like the Jewel deck. We got all the jewels. Alright. We got Ult Breacher and the Hardcast Lorien revealed next turn. They have blue mana. Oh, wow, they kept a slow one. They probably have force or something. Let's see. Gonna try to, yeah. So their hand is like probably all interaction. They kept a metamorph, or pitched a metamorph rather. Alright, so Dauntless. Yeah, I definitely would have hardcast Lauren revealed if we didn't draw that Dauntless. Dauntless is so good against Jewel. It's so good. That's like one of the only reasons it's in my sideboard is for the Jewel matchup. I really wish I had it in Pittsburgh in my sideboard. That would have definitely helped. There were some people that were onto Dauntless in Eternal Weekend already. I know a couple people that were playing it in their mono white decks. Alright, so we try to jam the Hull Breacher. And they have the Force, pitching Negation. Alright, they got a Saga. What is this? 6 mana? Worm Coil. Yikes. Okay. Enters tapped, as it does. Alright, so we have a Saga. This Worm Coil is going to be a problem for sure. We have 2 swords in our deck. Yeah, opponent with 1 card. We're just going to hardcast Lorien. That's so good. Oh my gosh. Alright. Surprised. Oh no, I just did that to get the Saga up to 2. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So we time walk there to basically turbo Saga. Time walk and Urza Saga is definitely a combo. Alright, we'll take a hit off this Worm Coil, but we're going to have some mighty beefy constructs here. Draw Soul Ring. Yeah, I think the deck construction needs to be evaluated regarding the lands, because I think I definitely have way too many lands in this particular build. I've just been playing so much blue-white that I didn't really remember or know how to build the Esper mana base correctly, so I just sort of threw something together. Alright, so we got some 8/8s here. Definitely missed a point of damage drawing before combat. That's fine. I want to get the Lavinia in play. Opponent cannot make a token. They do have a Force. Wow, their last 2 cards are Force, blue card. Alright, whatever. We got 7/7s. So. And they're going to be 9/9s. Actually, they'll be 10/10s. I have 4 10/10s. Yeah, that's pretty. I think 4 10/10s will get the job done. Alright. Let's go to the next round. Round 3. So this username I've played a few times before, and they're usually on mono white. So let's see if they're on mono white today. I don't know how to pronounce their username, but I remember the letters and the user icon. Demonic, does it resolve? Question mark. Alright, Ancestral. Everything's resolving, so this is great. Definitely get an Ancestral on their upkeep to play around negation. Yeah. Not sure why I did that, but because I usually see mono white again with this opponent. It's a Chrome Mox. Alright. Yeah, so they're not playing mono weight, okay. Yeah, I forced the Chrome Mox just to kind of slow them down. So they're on oops, all spells. Our hand is not that great against oops. Alright, so an Undercity Informer, we can swords that. They have 2 cards in hand. That's actually really good to have the swords there. That might have been it. Gosh, oh man, we spin. It's just 3 lands. This deck has so many lands in it. So many. I mean, I like using my lands to cast my spells, but that's about it. Alright, I don't know why they scooped, but they scooped, so alright, we take those. Game 2. Alright, game 2 against oops all spells. Definitely want to keep a hand that has a lot of forces in it. That's what we're looking for, because they're very explosive. Alright, so mulligan. Oh right, this is the game. Alright, so this game, I remember I kept this hand, as you can see, it doesn't have any, there are no lands in my hand, but I don't think that really matters, because we have 3 forces. We have 3 forces and a Lorien revealed, so. Alright, so we just rip the island. Just too easy. Upkeep Ancestral. We don't find any more lands. So my plan here is just to let everything resolve except for the payoffs. I probably could have countered that just because I have so many cards in hand, but we draw a land. But that was my plan, I believe, is just to wait for the payoff and just let them use as much resources, like a Dark Ritual or a Lotus Petal or whatever. Alright, so they're just passing. Alright, Dauntless is really good here, for sure. Another Lorien revealed. I'm not sure why I didn't play the Dauntless here. I guess I could keep up Hardcast Force of Negation. Mox Jet. Dark Ritual. Seagate. What is this? It's a lot of mana. Tinker. Alright, so we don't even hardcast it, we just pitch cast. Okay, that was kind of loose, I'm not gonna lie. And we draw a Saga. Wow, so we just completely drew out of that no-lander. Okay, now we put the Dauntless in. Okay, it's a little bit too late, but whatever. Yeah, our opening hand was just all counter magic. That's definitely what you want to do against this deck, though. Because if you can... Oops doesn't really have a second wave. It's pretty much just like wave 1. If you can get through wave 1, you pretty much won. And with the Saga, we're more than likely going to get the Cage. So getting the Cage ruins their plan A. So now they're only on plan B, which is the artifact, the Charbelcher. And I think we can manage a Charbelcher with the Dauntless entering tapped, plus we have all the forces. So, but drawing the Sagas definitely helps us apply the pressure to like end the game for sure. All right, yeah, opponent concedes, so definitely scary playing against oops all spells, because you can just lose, just especially game 1 when they're on the play and you don't know what you're playing against. You kept like a mediocre hand, they just like go off, but very fortunate to get those wins. Round 4, playing against... I don't know what they're playing. We'll find out. Oh, we found out. They revealed a Chancellor, so they're on mono white. Alright, we'll pay 1 for our Pearl. Sure. I guess. Alright, so we have the negation. We're definitely going to try to counter any sort of fast mana. Alright, so they're just Ancient Tomb pass, Wasteland pass. Next turn we can hardcast this Lauren Revealed. Or we can Ancestral. Alright, so... Cavern. Oh, yeah. Cavern's a great draw for them. Yeah. I was really hoping to counter some sort of like fast mana Chrome Mox, Mox Pearl or something like that. Just having the Cavern is just such a blowout. Just completely ruins our game plan. Alright, so they choose Lauren Revealed. Alright, well, our deck is very good at drawing lands, so I don't think it'll be a problem to hardcast the 7 mana Lauren Revealed. In fact, we can do it next turn. It's a Cleric. Oh my gosh. Another Cleric. So this is the good Cleric. I didn't realize Peacekeeper was a Cleric too. It's pretty funny. So mono white does have some overlap with their Cavern. That's pretty cool. And a Chrome Mox for fun. Sure. Alright. Another land, jeez. Wow. Oh. I mean, we could have hardcast Force of Will last turn, like, no problem. Well, we did draw some stuff here. Interesting, I pitched the Misstep instead of a land, a discard. That might have been a little bit of a mistake. I just know Misstep is just useless against their deck. They have no, I don't think they play a single 1-drop. What is this? Another White Plume. Yikes. Alright, well, I don't think we can beat a second White Plume. Having the Bowmaster and the Op Agent and the Time Walk, we could present 3 creatures, but I don't think we can beat another White Plume. Alright, Trinisphere, we can actually counter something. See, we pitch force. We could have pitched a misstep. Definitely a little bit of a punt there. Swords is a good draw. I was a little hasty with my swords. I think I thought I had enough mana to Time Walk and play I just totally messed up there. I think I had enough mana to do everything, and I was 1 short of playing the Opposition Agent to steal the initiative. But now it gets kind of awkward because it's like, what do I do now? And I'll just cast a 7 mana, draw 3. Yeah, that definitely was very, very bad. Drawing the Saga helps, but I mean, I could have played that turn way better. I knew they were getting the 4/1, which I could have pinged with the Bowmaster for free. Definitely unfortunate. The Lauren. Alright, so they don't hit the Saga with the Lauren, which is a choice. And now they're about to go into the throne, so I just concede. Yeah, they just have a massive board. I definitely could have played that game a lot better, for sure. There was a plethora of mistakes. So game 2, we're on the play. Looks like we have this sort of saga hand against mono white, which is pretty good plan against them. Alright, what do they have? Null Rod. I'm definitely not interested in that with our draw. Alright, so flash in the Hull Breacher, start pushing damage. Alright. So at this point I kind of want them to play a white plume so then we can just kill it. Oh, they just wasteland us. Okay. Wasteland pass. Alright. Containment Priest that we can't play. So the Containment Priest might seem kind of weird, but I bring this in against mono white because of the Archon. The Archon, you can only play one spell per turn, and this is another flash creature, so it allows us to put a creature in play on their turn. See, yeah, here's the Archon here. But like the Archon prevents us from really going wide, and the Containment Priest helps. So they just concede to the long goodbye. Yeah, long goodbye, so definitely okay here. Game 3 on the draw. We don't have any counter spells. We do have one piece of removal and a dead Pithing Needle. I'm not sure why the Pithing Needle is still in our deck. Alright, Dauntless. Happy we have these wastelands, because we can hopefully manage their caverns and so forth. Flood to Strand was a great draw for sure. Alright, what are they? Oh, Thalia. Alright, sweet. That's just free. Alright, so we'll ping the Thalia. Emerald. Yeah, so I'm getting a little bit aggressive with the strip mine there on the wasteland, but I think it's okay because of their mana situation is terrible, and I don't want them to hit 3 mana. So we just name wasteland with the Pithing Needle. And there, I definitely misplayed. I definitely should have played the Hull Breacher and then the Long Goodbye on my turn to push damage, which is something I definitely gonna try to remember. Archon. Hopefully I don't do it again. Okay, I don't. Yeah, I definitely want to play the creature and then use the removal on my turn to push the damage. All right, so we're in a commanding position here for sure. We got a removal spell and a saga, and they concede. Yeah. So just a little bit of a mistake on that last game, but yeah, 3 removal spells and a little bit of a slow start from opponent has definitely helped us out a lot. So all right, so round 5 next. Round 5, we're 4-0, so we're playing for the trophy, which is exciting for sure. I'd love to get the deck published with the Long Goodbyes in there. I think that'd be cool. Alright, so this hand has turn 1 Lavinia, and we keep every hand with a turn 1 Lavinia. I think that goes without saying. It's also just really good hand in general for sure. But having a turn 1 Lavinia is looks like our opponent also would like a turn 1 Lavinia, which is fine. We already got our Moxen in play. We have mana. We got stuff to do with it. Not an issue. Definitely not trading. I don't think trading is good, especially because we're playing against Jewel. Looks like we have another Lavinia on top. Don't offer the trade though. I'm just worried. Well, I guess. Yeah. Alright, Grim Monolith. No thanks. Try to keep them down on mana. What is this? Oh, Metamorph. Yeah, Metamorph. Surprising that they went for the top, because they can't even spin the top. I think they should have maybe went for the Soul Ring. Opponent has a plan. Alright, we have Sagas coming. We have another Lavinia on top, so I offer the trade. I think I only offer the trade because I can make a token and have negation or spell period, or just negation up, and it resolves, so we're good. That was kind of risky for sure. Alright, so we're just going to make a token on their turn. And okay. So if our opponent finds one more land, they can kind of ignore this Lavinia, because 4 lands is what they would need for a PO or a 1 ring. So it looks like they just use that Metamorph as a cycle, essentially, which isn't terrible. We got some beefy constructs. I guess they didn't like what they drew. Alright, game 2 against Jewel Shops. We have a turn 1 Lavinia, so we keep. Hopefully they don't go too crazy on turn 1. Looks like they're going crazy on turn 1. Yep. Alright, that's good. No ring on turn 1's great for us. No ring, no Jewel on turn 1. Oh, and we draw the Pearl. Wow. This has been a blessed league for sure. What is this? Hardcast Force. Yep. Who cares? We're gonna wasteland your Saga. You're gonna have an Emerald and that's it. With 2 cards in hand, yeah. I think that's a pretty good trade. Yeah, opponent is in a bad situation here. Well, they found their island. Oh my gosh. Draw the Lotus. So now we're gonna have 2 Hull Breachers. What is this, a 1 ring? No, it's a nothing. Okay, I like nothing. Soul Ring. Oh, we're drawing all the mana, which is fine. Hull Breacher, backup Hull Breacher, Saga token. This is all good stuff. Untap the Monolith, sure. Karn. Can't do anything about a Karn. Karn's not gonna live very long though. I just put everything in play just to, I'm not messing around. Yeah, sure. Alright, what do they grab out of the game? Alright, so they get Worm Coil. Alright, so Karn's loyalty's at 3, so it only takes 1 of these Hull Breachers to kill that. And we can focus the rest of our efforts on their life total. Wow, we've really got a little flooded, but that's okay. Our board's really good. I can't complain. I'm not sure what I'll spin on my turn. So let's see. Alright, so they have the ring, which they can't use. I spin now, okay. Bowmaster, Null Rod. All breachers are basically null rods at this point. Alright. And this is the worm coil. Alright, not a bad turn. Ring into worm coil, so ringworm. I spin again. Just to be sure. Ringworm. Alright, so we spin into a saga. We get that into play. No good attacks, so we're gonna pass here. They can't draw. They have one card in hand. They're in a bad spot for sure. I don't. Okay, they're attacking. That's kind of weird. I don't think he can attack there. Yeah, they're just dead on the crackback. I'm not sure why they attacked. They weren't allowed to do that. Yeah. Okay, they concede. Yeah, that was kind of a weird. Yeah, because our guys would have been 6/6s, so that would have been, yeah, kind of weird, but all right. Well, very good showing. Long Goodbye was okay. I mean, we didn't play any Luris decks, which is kind of weird. I don't think we did. Yeah, we didn't play any against any Luris. So I brought the card in for Luris specifically, but we didn't actually play against a Luris deck that entire league. After I was saying how it's everywhere, but trust me, it is everywhere. I don't know, we just got cued into non-Luris matchups. But in my other leagues that I've played with the Long Goodbye, they are good for sure. And just to wrap it up, I'd probably go down to 3-3. Probably cut the Long Goodbye and the sideboard. Just go 1-1. And with that change, we're on 17. I could probably cut either another Tundra or an Underground, but I like to have lands in my deck for sure. So I'd probably bring the Soul Guide in main deck. And I have 2 spots in my sideboard, so for something else. So maybe another Swords, probably another Swords, and I don't know, something else. I'll just leave this in here for now. But yeah, I mean, this card's really good against Luris for sure. But against other decks, it's whatever. But to kill an Oko, I mean that was relevant. That could have been relevant. But yeah, it's mainly just here for Luris. But I think it's a fine card. It's definitely it's an okay card to play in your deck, and you know, maybe one in the sideboard, maybe none main deck. That'd be okay. But all right, well, thanks for rolling with me, and I'll see you in the next one.